Hey, what's up, bull runners? Today, we're diving into some crucial updates that could redefine how you interact with your digital assets. But remember, the deeper you go with us, the more secrets of the crypto world you'll unlock. So stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll get a sneak peek at something game-changing. Let's talk about the elephant in the room as of today, USDT and the EU's MiCA regulation. Here's the problem. There's a deafening silence from the EU regulators on whether Tether's USDT is compliant with the MiCA framework or not. The silence isn't golden, it's confusing. The deadline for the MiCA compliance is just days away. On December 30th, exchanges in Europe are at a crossroads deciding whether to delist USDT or risk non-compliance. If you're holding USDT or using it on exchanges like Binance or crypto.com, now's the time to reassess your strategy. Also, we have to tackle the IRS's latest move, which might make you feel like Big Brother is watching your crypto wallet. The IRS has released new stipulations that even front end of decentralized exchanges are considered brokers. This means they must report on digital asset transactions. But here's the issue. This could expose your crypto dealings like never before, but there's a solution. Understanding these rules can help you navigate this new landscape with confidence. With tax season approaching, you need to be prepared, and these rules are set to take effect and they could impact how you report your gains and losses. So as we edge closer to these pivotal deadlines, the question isn't just what will happen, but how will you adapt? And the crypto world waits for no one, and these changes demand your attention now more than ever. Plus, I've got a special bonus for you, an exclusive sneak peek at our new platform, Altcoin Pro. It's not just about trading, it's about becoming a part of a community where you can learn, share, and grow with your crypto knowledge. This platform could be your edge at navigating these turbulent times. So if you're feeling bullish and blessed about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. And if you're going to be the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm that by smashing subscribe. All right, so before we jump into these articles about USDT and also the IRS tax stipulations, and then also we'll take a look at the XRP charts, I want to take a look at what's happening right now. Breaking news over on X. Uphold has an update for us. Here's your XRP report for the week. Ripple CTO spotlights RLUSD stablecoin benefits. Joel Katz, the Ripple CTO, shared insights into newly launched RLUSD and its potential within the XRPL ecosystem. RLUSD introduces new opportunities for developers and expands use cases on the ledger. By leveraging XRP as a bridge asset through auto bridging, RLUSD is set to boost trading volume. Ripple's ecosystem benefits as XRP drives cross-border payments, while RLUSD supports growth in on-chain applications like real-world assets, foreign exchange markets, and trade settlements. Katz described RLUSD and XRP as complementary assets that could shape the future of Ripple's offerings. Also, big news for XRP, John Deaton retweeted digital asset investor who had repositioned a video that's been out there about Charlie Gasparino and his support for XRP and Ripple from the very beginning of this case. John Deaton says here, hate him or love him, it is a fact. Early on, Charlie Gasparino, with help from Eleanor Tourette, was the only mainstream journalist who reported on regulatory overreach by the SEC in the Ripple case.
And they're also saying crazy stuff.
I get a lot of shit from the Ripple XRP people, like, which you gave me a funny story before we talk about it. I was the mainstream reporter that dived into how they might have been unfairly singled out. I mean, me and Ellie Terrett literally wrote this seminal piece on this. And we wrote it because it was so bizarre what happened. I did a hit. So when Ellie's sitting over there, when did we write that story? Okay, November 2021.
Top of the market.
We wrote the story about how this company, Ripple, is under the gun from the SEC, and how, there's this huge, fight that's going on about whether they're being unfairly prosecuted or regulated. And we covered it from many different angles. The reason why I did that story is because maybe 3 or 4 years earlier, I did a piece about I think it was about Ethereum and consensus, where I said they wanted to establish their own, they're looking to establish a regulatory regime. A guy named John Deaton, who's like a big XRP guy and a good friend of mine, John Deaton found that clip and he posted it, and I got like 4 million tweets at me. I mean, remember, it was like nonstop and it kept going. So I called John Deaton. He didn't know me. I don't know him. And I said, what is this? He goes, you don't remember doing this? I said, yeah, kind of. It was like years ago. And then he introduced me to the Ripple case. And so I always thought the regulation of Ripple was, I mean, just needless, given all, think about it. They were going after Ripple and XRP while Sam Bankman-Fried, it was going nuts, essentially ripping people off. So
shout out to Charlie Gasparino. Shout out to Charlie Gasparino for helping out the XRP family out there. Digital G on X posts out with the old Tether, in with the new XRP. The ascendancy of XRP has been anticipated for so long. Only a few more days to wait when XRP holders will be rewarded with an extraordinary valuation. XRP hitting $13,000 to $15,000 based on its utility is not outlandish. Interesting take from Digital G. Which leads me over to the USDT article here, MICA. Implementation will be by December 30th. The EU's cryptocurrency regulations are set to take full effect in just a matter of days, but there's still a significant amount of uncertainty with Tether's stablecoin. United States crypto exchange Coinbase delisted Tether's USDT in mid-December, citing compliance with EU's markets in crypto assets regulation, MICA. After Coinbase's USDT delisting, the stablecoin has continued trading across the EU, with many exchanges apparently awaiting more clarity from European authorities on USDT's compliance with MICA. EU regulators have not said whether USDT is compliant with MICA, but this doesn't mean stablecoin is not seen as non-compliant in Europe, according to a member of the MICA Crypto Alliance. USDT's fate in Europe: no regulators have explicitly stated USDT isn't compliant, but this does not mean that it is. Juan Ignacio Ibanez, a member of the technical committee of MICA Crypto Alliance, told Cointelegraph. Addressing exchanges like Binance and Crypto.com continuing USDT trading, Ibanez said that there's no reason for crypto exchanges to delist USDT on the same date as Coinbase. He said Coinbase's decision may reflect a proactive approach to avoid last-minute compliance risks or regulatory uncertainty, a precautionary approach. As EU's MICA is expected to enter full force on December 30th, USDT delistings in EU are still likely to come, Ibanez noted, adding, "We should look at the December 30th date. The question is whether all exchanges will delist USDT at once, whether it will be progressive, or whether some will play a wait-and-see game, expecting statements from the regulators." There are conflicting reports on the USDT. While some publications like Bloomberg said the European crypto exchanges must delist Tethers by December 30th, European regulators have not given such guidance by the time of this writing. We also have a post here from Crypto over on X. On December 30th, USDT will be delisted from EU exchanges, not spreading FUD, but why not diversify USDT into a few different stablecoins? As of December 27th, USDT trading continues on many crypto exchanges operating in Europe, including Binance EU and Crypto.com. Cointelegraph has learned the exchanges did not comment on whether they plan to delist USDT in the EU in the near future. MICA's transitional phase ends in July of 2026. According to official information from ESMA, EU member states will have the option of implementing transitional measures that would allow entities already providing crypto asset services under applicable law in their jurisdictions to continue doing so during the transitional phase of MICA. And here we see MICA's 36-month timeline for entities already providing crypto asset services. Implementation phase was 18 months from June of 2023 until now, December 2024, which they're going into transitional phase of 18 months as well. The regulator provided a list of grandfathering periods decided by member states under MICA. According to the document, 10 member states and European Economic Area countries, including France and Estonia, will have 18 months grandfathering period. We have Belgium, Bulgaria, Czechia, Denmark, Germany, Estonia, Ireland. 8 other EU jurisdictions, such as Austria, Greece, and Spain, will have 12 months transition period, while 6 more, like Netherlands, will have a 6-month grandfather period. So for all of you EU viewers out there, make sure you pay attention to that. That's very important. Now, moving over into the US, IRS issues rules on digital asset reporting, says front ends are brokers. The final regulation treats DeFi front ends as brokers, demanding the disclosure of gross proceeds from sales of digital assets. Set to take effect in 2027, the rules mandate that brokers disclose gross proceeds from sales of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, including information regarding taxpayers involved in transactions. The only DeFi participants that are treated as brokers are trading front-end service providers. The document does not directly apply to all decentralized finance applications and their level of decentralizations, focusing on front ends as a source of information and tax disclosure. The reporting requirements apply to front-end platforms that facilitate transactions involving digital assets for customers, such as decentralized exchanges. If some of this information is going over your head, head over to bullrunners.com, www.bullrunners.com. Join us at Altcoin Pro University, where we have education on all of this, mainly diving into DeFi. You're going to want to explore decentralized finance and its impact of the future of money. Join over 1,100 members that are in here interacting. Learn to maximize your opportunity in crypto while minimizing your downside. One of my favorite part is our constant calls. We have a weekly call, plus we have a Monday special call from time to time. You can jump in here. Yesterday's call was at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It was amazing, the information we cover in there. Keeps you up to date with everything. So the Department of Treasury, IRS, gross proceeds reporting by brokers that regulatory provide service effectuating digital asset sales. The definition encompasses platforms performing intermediary functions in facilitating transactions, including a group of persons facilitating transactions, whether or not the group operates through a legal entity. Under the new rules, if a DeFi platform is involved in facilitating an exchange or sale of digital assets, even through smart contracts, and it exercises sufficient control or influence over transaction process, it could meet the definition of a broker. The document states that these final regulations will result in trading front-end service providers being able to provide to their customers the same useful information regarding gross proceeds as custodial brokers. According to the IRS, the regulation merely treats DeFi like any other industry, claiming the rules have applied to brokers for over 40 years. The Treasury Department and the IRS do not agree that the final regulations reflect a bias against the DeFi industry, or that these regulations will discourage the adoption of these technologies by law-abiding customers. The new rules will begin to apply to digital asset sales starting in 2027. Brokers will need to begin collecting and reporting the necessary data for digital asset transactions starting in 2026. According to the IRS, there are between 650 and 875 estimated DeFi brokers that will be affected by these final regulations. Information reporting by DeFi brokers under Section 6045 will lead to higher levels of taxpayer compliance because income earned by taxpayers engaging digital asset transactions without a custodial broker will be made more transparent to both IRS and taxpayers. Now, there are also big, huge uproar coming against this as well. So this is just being passed. Obviously, we know the new administration coming in is going to be way more pro-crypto. So this may fall by the wayside, but this is being put and slid in the back door before this current regime exits the building. Breaking news, Brazil's central bank proposes a ban on stable coins, and just in, Japan's government rejects the strategic Bitcoin proposal, citing extreme volatility, insufficient information, and legal concerns there. On a positive side of things, public company KULR, Cooler, buys 217 Bitcoin for $21 million for its Bitcoin treasury strategy. The U.S. Congress is expected to prioritize crypto legislation in 2025, focusing on key issues like stablecoins and the FIT21 Act. Just in, Russia is using Bitcoin to evade sanctions, which is, I guess, pro-crypto. But what's really interesting, just a couple of days ago, Russia came out and they're banning Bitcoin mining in several parts of their country. Turkey has passed a law requiring cryptocurrency users to provide identification data for transactions exceeding $425. The average amount of XRP per wallet is 12,000. Now, this was something I covered the other day about how Trump is now one of the largest holders of XRP, period, because he has over 5 million XRP now that was donated to his campaign, and that would put him in the top wallet section here. So the 5 million to 10 million XRP holding wallets. Ripple Labs RLUSD stablecoin just got announcement. Obviously, we know that they've gotten a pass from the New York Finance, and there's word that it will be launching officially January 1st, 2025.
We just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree.
XRP's new daily candle just launched. 20 hours, 51 minutes left. We have 1, 2, 3 today looking red. We have 3 consecutive red days, bouncing off the 30 exponential moving average. As we've been talking about, it needs to break back to the upside, breaking above the 10 exponential moving average. And now the reality is there is a resistance being set in place here at $2.32. So as prices moved back up, it continues to reject here $2.32. We need to see a surge above that. If we drop to a smaller time frame, we take a look at our Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's take a look at where supply and demand is. So as of right now, our most recent deep dip was on December 10th, and that put us right here as a candle of support level at $2.05. Between that and $1.90 is the bottom of that. Now, the other thing is, as you all know, I follow this blue line right here. It's the 1100 exponential moving average. I follow it very closely on many time frames. And unfortunately, Ethereum, as you can see, has dropped to and below the 1100 XRP or 1100 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. Cardano has also dropped below its blue line on the 1 hour. ApeCoin also dropped below. Bonk also dropped below. Bitcoin has dropped to and held support for a third time at this level. Typically, when Bitcoin and Ethereum do one of these things, such as come down to this blue line, XRP will potentially be doing the same thing. Now, as we know, XRP has already hit the 30-minute blue line multiple times, holding that as support. 30 minutes, the 1100 exponential moving average. So the question now becomes on the 1 hour, as price of this blue line continues to rise over the next few hours, because that's how moving averages work, does price come back and retest off of this previous high? If we remember from back in the 2020s, this was the high, the $1.97. We broke it finally, December 1st, making the breakout. We have come back and tapped it once here, December 10th, once here, December 20th, and there is a potential that it comes back and taps it again and tapping off this 1100 blue line here. We also take a look at Chainlink. It came and tapped its blue line. We look at Matic. It dropped below the blue line. We look at Litecoin. It's at the blue line. Now, interesting here, we have HBAR, who is actually up in one of our support levels, but it also has not touched its 1 hour 1100 exponential moving average. If we look at the 30-minute, you can see that it has just now, as of these last hour or two, tested it for a second time. So the correlation of all of those major cryptos touching the 1 hour blue line, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and on, If we do not see a surge back to the upside, it is very likely that price will be coming down to either $1.96. I don't see it doing a straight free fall like it did here, just a straight up drop. However, the weekend is coming and anything is possible, but it looks like it does want to come and retest off of this 1100 exponential moving average on the 1 hour time frame for XRP. So right now sitting at $1.91. However, over the next couple of hours, this will continue to rise because it is on the come up while price continues to come down. So we'll continue monitoring that for you. That's on a 1 hour time frame. Now, when we zoom out to a higher time frame and we take a look at our daily time frame, and we draw the rays from our most recent top to the top of this candle, the most recent bottom to this bottom here, it does give us this symmetrical triangle pattern. Let's go ahead and remove all of this other noise here. So as price continues to pinch into this triangle pattern that is being formed, the good news is we do have a support here. It's actually above our $1.97 retest of the breakout. So this over here, if it continues to drop over time, whether it does it in 1 day or whatever, we have a support at $2, which is very nice, before we run up to a breakout level of over $2.60. We could even continue to accumulate all the way and play this triangle pattern out, which moves us all the way to January 27th. Realistically, I don't see that playing out. Let's go ahead and turn the line graph on and give us a little bit better of a pattern, getting rid of the crazy fluctuations of the wicks. And what we'll see is we do have a nice little parallel channel starting to develop here. Move this out to here, turn it back to traditional candles. And that's what we got. So now we have this pattern playing out here. There's a support level down here. Again, also at $1.97 potentially. We need to break above this $2.32 level. It's our next extreme resistance and move to the upside. And if we want to take a look at some really, really smaller time frame, 30-minute candles, our most recent low is right here. So let's go ahead and box this low off. That was a pretty wicked candle right there. That's not the right one. Right here. Boom. That's a very large candle. And we can see price got close to there a couple times, didn't quite get there. Finally dipping into this box here, December 27th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Right now, just trading sideways. So lots of information coming out of the charts here. We got a downward sloping channel. We've got a support box that we just landed in. We have an extreme 1 hour, 1100 exponential moving average coming up to us that has acted as support on Bitcoin, as we see. On Ethereum, it broke below. DOT, it broke below. Floki, it broke below. HBAR could have a significant pullback there. Litecoin broke below. Pepe broke below. So you can see how important that line is on so many cryptos. So right now, XRP has been holding very strong. I would rather it just continue holding along this sideways pattern instead of dropping down to the line, let the line come up to it. We'll continue monitoring that. On the Heikinashi candles, we do have our first red candle. That is not good. However, it is a doji, so that's not super negative. Traditional candles were our third red candle in a row. From our peak to where we are right now in price, we are down 26%. But from our most recent low to the high was a 786% move, and we are still up 326%.